crotch wet? No. Okay. So a while back we was having a live stream and a guy named Adam kept saying, hey, I got a Kawasaki Mule I'll give you guys. And I'm thinking, if a guy's trying to give you a Kawasaki Mule, what's that mule look like? I thought it would be just a pile of scrap. So he sent me pictures of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it looked like a pile of scrap. But I was like, hey, they got good differentials on them, we'll take it. Well, when he got here, it was actually in really good shape. Basically, it was at a rock quarry. They stole parts off of it after the steering column broke. And that's not gonna be that big of a deal. We can pull this dash off, and we can brace it up, weld it up, and fix it. It's a 550 Mule, and it has a 289cc engine on it. What makes it a 550? It'll hold a 550-pound man? I don't know. I don't know. So we're gonna go do an engine swap on it today because we don't know the state of this engine, and that engine only makes like 9 horsepower. Ooh, doggy, this is gonna be Becca's rig, the grocery getter, and our tow rig. I think it's perfect for a tow rig setup. So we're gonna throw a back wheel on it, and it's the same as a 150cc hub. Like the hub is the same pattern. So we got an old derelict wheel. We're gonna throw it on. Daniel's gonna try to steer it with that steering wheel. I'm gonna go full throttle around the house and see if we can keep up. Okay, so we gotta jack this thing up, throw a wheel on it, and then we can start. And these front ends, by the way, are single A-arm, which is perfectly fine. This is just made to work. And it's like a beefy golf cart is what it is. That's what a mule looks like. It's a beefy golf cart. So I'm gonna go grab a tire and we'll get this puppy going. So basically, the airbox is hooked to the roll cage, but the airbox also breathes under the seat. It also comes down and lets the torque converter breathe through the roll cage. That's pretty cool. So it's drawing air through the roll cage. Never sauntered that before.
Hooked his truck up to it and pulled it off of that hill. Now they're gonna back up to the 4-wheeler.
We tried to beat the rain, didn't happen. If this 4-wheeler had a new set of tires, the back tires locked up on that, probably the brake seized, I would imagine, where it's been sitting in the dirt for so long. Of course, we'll figure that out. We'll get the brakes cleaned out. And you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, go ahead.
Custom steering column that makes it easy to get in and out.
Just fold it down, baby.
It falls out of the way.
Oh, this jacket is soaked. So we got the mule in the garage. Look at the leaf pile from where this wheel's locked up. And I'm wondering if the wheel's locked up because the drum has been sitting in the dirt for so long. This has only been at my house for probably like a week or two, but it's probably set forever. Looks like they've stowed the starter off the engine, which we don't care. We're pulling this engine off, but they stowed the starter, stowed the carb, stowed the battery, the ignition switch. They stowed a bunch of stuff, but we're going to completely make our own wiring harness for this, so we don't need it. We're looking at this engine. It looks like the only way to get it off is to pull the swing arm. This is just like a golf cart. It has like a ball joint up here, panhard bar in the back, and it's a semi-independent rear suspension. So what we're going to do, there's actually 2 pins that hold the bed on. We're going to pull these pins off. If you can see them down there, they just got little keys in them. We can pull that out and slide that bed right off, and then we can unbolt. Start getting all the cables unhooked first, and then we'll get the ball joint unhooked and unhook the shocks last probably. So it's not going to be fun, I'm sure. And then once we get the engine figured out, then we can pull the front cowl off and weld that steering wheel up, probably do a better brace for it, and get the front tidied up. So let's get to it. Alright, so the last screws to get the dash off are in the glove box. Matthew's going to pop them puppies out. I tell you, those headlights was a pickle. So Daniel's doing the big ball joint pivot point, and then I already got the panhard bar. So the last thing to do is unhook these shocks. What'd you have to unhook? The brake line?
Brake lines, throttle cables, and shifter.
The shifter for the diff. So we're hoping that 625 is going to fit. We may have to modify some stuff. We don't know. And then we got to worry about belt size. We might have to order a custom belt if that pulley is further away or whatnot. So keep your fingers crossed. There it is. Now we need to knock that ball joint bolt out. If you can see it right under the head, that ball joint bolt, and then we can lower the jack, which it's barely on the jack. So, so Matthew cleaned up this dashboard area where we're going to have to weld this back on. I'm just going to put a fat weld up here. I'm going to re-weld their welds. You can tell they've repaired it once or twice, and I know what's happened. Some big daddy just grabbing onto the handlebars, yanking out of it. Hey! Got it. Boom. I forgot I had this puller. Daniel found it in my toolbox.
Best tool you got.
Hey!
Fingers get back.
Alright, now if you'll let that jack down. Gotta roll it back some. Okay. Shock has seen some days. Okay, so we found some shocks from Go Power Sports. I can't remember what these are for. They don't have as tight of a coil, but they look like, I don't know, these would be softer than a 150, I'd imagine, but this is all we have right now, so we're going to try these out on the back. If they don't work out right, we can just get the beefier shocks from them and put on it. But we're going to also replace the front shocks. So now it's just we got to take the torque converter stuff off and bolt the engine and start fitting the new 625cc single cylinder. That's going to be pretty sweet.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was water for a minute.
Surprise!
Surprise! We got some nuts. So
Oh,
rats.
there's a whole nest in it.
Yeah, rats has been in there. These torque converters got these fans, and you can actually add these to other torque converters to to cool them, basically. Oh yeah, there's the whole big rat's nest. All right. She started to come. I wonder if it's reverse threads. Well, I didn't hammer on that too long. They was both reverse threads. Ho! Guys, if you want to see this puppy in action, hopefully, we'll be at Windrock Off-Road Park on May 31st and June 1st. We're going to have all the vehicles out there that we possibly can. The Argo hopefully will be there, the buggy that we're building. All the stuff. It's free to come. It's $20 to ride on the trails. And it's also, you got to pay if you're going to camp. But that's a Friday and a Saturday. We'll be there all day Friday, all day Saturday. And be a good hooting time. We're going to give a lot of stuff away too. We'll be giving away an 18-horse Duramax, 16 and a 7-horse, a Tillotson, as well as a mini bike. So come join the fun, hang out, and live life.
We'll be in the group camp area.
Yeah, we'll be in the group camp area, and hopefully if everything works out right, good Lord's will, and the creek don't rise, we'll have the short bus there. So that's going to be nice as well. That bolt, Matthew couldn't get it to budge, and it's open and shut. I don't know where you can buy it at, but this stuff is the best stuff I've ever used as penetrating oil. It's crazy how good it works. It's almost like it's Jesus tears. That belt grab. Okay, well that worked. Hope we didn't hurt our pulley, and it don't look like we did. So now our belt's what's holding us. We can probably knock this back in a little bit. Try to roll that belt off the rear pulley. It looks like a 40 series style belt. Oh my God, did you see the water shoot out of that head? Oh my God. Good gosh, I think pouring water out. All right. That open and shut penetrated all the way to the back of the crankshaft. Look at that. I sprayed that. That's insane how good that stuff works. And I'm about out. Ooh. Yeah, so what I was saying earlier is I sprayed just like, you know, only this much was exposed. And that open and shut penetrated all the way back to here through that in just like a few minutes. It ain't like we left it on there a long time. I might have to get this one. Matthew's gonna swole body it. He can't lift it. He's weak. Jeepers, mister.
You're really strong.
Watch yourself. Look at the thickness. Let's build up on this thing.
You just got a new Duramax washer.
Oh, it also was raining. What?
Bolts.
Nah. No. We're gonna use brand new ones. Just gotta watch the oil filter.
Yeah.
Ain't looking good. Look how massive that thing is compared to the old one.
That's as much as you got right there.
Yeah. This has to be perfectly flat with this. That means that engine's going to set about right here. You know what I mean? Son of a cankle bandit. You know, we can do something like a 440 Duramax on it and fit it on there just fine, but it would also be sweet to have a 625cc single cylinder. Now at Duramax we could put some 18-pound or 50-pound valve springs in it and a billet rod, you know, and leave the standard flywheel and put a torque cam in it and really make some power. And I got a ported head for a Duramax as well. So next, we're trying a regular big block. See, that looks like the mounting holes. We'll have to drill new mounting holes. The starter's what's in the way. Or we can use a riser, but you know, I don't know how much clearance we got. Alright, so this Duramax 440, we've had it sitting on the shelf for quite a while, waiting on this head to come for it. So this is standard Duramax 440. What we've done is put a billet flywheel, a billet rod, and a 275 cam from Go Power Sports. That's their Predator Stage 2 kit. It works perfectly fine in the Duramax flywheel. Everything works. But the only thing is we don't have a starting ring on this flywheel. So since this mule is going to be a low RPM engine, I'm going to pull that flywheel off, put the stock cast one back on, so we have our charging coils and our electric start. And Lansdowne Family Racing ported and milled this head for us. It's been milled 70 thousandths. Got an awesome port job. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera. It's ported like a good all-around flowing port. And like I said, it's been milled 70 thousandths. But the only problem is I don't have the cut-the-length push rods to use this head. Since this head is shaved down that much shorter, I need shorter push rods. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull the flywheel, put the cast one back on, put the starter back on. We're leaving the 275 cam. I'm going to pull a stock head off of another Duramax to use on this. And I'm going to order the chrome moly push rods. When they come in, we should be able to pull the head with it on the buggy, and we'll just do a head swap and put the new push rods in. So this engine's still going to make a ton more power than, it's got that 275 cam. So they're unboxing a new Duramax over there. If you want to buy a Duramax, they're cheaper than a Predator and you get 20 more cc's. Go to generatorfactoryoutlet.com and you can use the discount code discount code RBG to save 20%. So Daniel's pulling out the charging coil. We've already pulled the flywheel and the head off the other engine. So we have a stock head here. I got to pull the valves train out of it and go ahead and put some 50-pound springs in there from Go Power Sports. Go Power Sports also sells this flywheel puller for billet flywheels. These things are handy. Zips it off in 2 seconds. Really nice. First got to take our flywheel nut off. So basically, thread this in. And you want to get it pretty deep because that is an aluminum flywheel. You don't want to have 3 threads and rip the threads out. There it goes. See how easy that was? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh. Okay.
You want this rotated 1/4 turn?
Yeah. Please, sir.
I'm going to rotate it 1/4 turn this way so that the pull cord goes down. Just because.
Okay. Here's that beautiful billet flywheel. Till we meet again. So, just toss it in there. This is the flywheel on there. The flywheel nut, that is. Okay, that's on there. You can torque that down on the workbench. Slide this head on. We got a new head gasket. Okay. Whew, that's a lot of torque. .6 foot-pounds. Done. Alright, to get this mammoth jamma on there, we basically had to drill the front hose forward about like 1/2 inch probably, and then we had to drill all the hose wider, like spaced out this way, because the stock engine must have been narrower. So we got the torque converter cover to line up. We had to re-drill the front holes in it. So this had cooling fins on it, and we can't run those yet. They're up there. Okay. So that used to pump air out of this and up through the roll cage on the buggy. But we're not going to be able to use that, so we're going to run electric pump on it, or electric blower fan to suck air out of here, so we don't need those fins, because those fins was hitting the outside cover, and I want to run this cover just so we don't get belt slippage in water. So that's it. That's all. The engine's bolted down in place. Now we're going to pull, now that we see our alignments right, we're going to pull all this off and do a big fat daddy bead of silicone around the back of this on the diff and the engine. That should seal her up nicely, and then we can start trying to cram it back in there. But it's all good, and we're going to run a Mikuni, probably a 32mm flat slide on this. Remember, this has a 275 lift cam, billet rod, and then just we put shaft rockers in it, 1.1 ratio rocker, so it's just a hair bit more lift out of our cam. So she should run pretty dang good. But I don't like that her belt is a little, you got to hold the back pulley. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be, she's going to want to creep on you. So I'm going to have to get Tim to see if he can find me a custom sized belt. And this needs to be a hair bit longer than that one. I'm talking a little bit, and I don't know if that's going to be possible. We're going to slide this on now. We're probably going to have to pull that torque converter pulley back off because Tim's sending us Go Power Sports is sending us a custom belt. Not a custom, but a belt that should work out better, and we can use that Comet pulley. We end up having to use the original pulley on it, but we want to use a Comet pulley that we have adjusted for 2,000 RPM stall. You ready, Brandino? So the brake was like welded. The brake shoe was, I've never seen anything like it in my life. But he had to grind the brake shoe off. It was stuck so bad on the...
It broke the pad
off of the shoe onto the drum, and he had to grind it all out. It would not come off no matter what. It was literally welded to it. So we're going to buy new shoes, $23 on Amazon. You can buy both sides, and it has the same shoe all the way around. So we'll spend $50 and have brand new brakes all the way around on this puppy. No, it's not a little bit. Oh gosh!
Hey, look, it stayed on there.
Hey, that's actually handy right now. I had to rip apart one Duramax 18 horse to build this one because I didn't want to put the ported head on it. Oh gosh, you're gonna have to set it up there for a minute. You got it?
Oh, that's on the headache. That's heavy.
It's a heavy.
My left hand.
I can't see nothing.
Greg's leg is blocking the tire. Let's get a far away angle.
Alright, we'll sit down for a minute. Me and Becky's going out RV shopping tonight. Look at sinks, showers, just different fixtures. It's going to be nice and fun.
Hopefully.
Run next week.
Yeah, Brandon's getting an old Dodge RV.
Yeah.
Does look like a meth lab. Does it look like a meth lab?
Yeah.
So we can be RV partners.
Yeah, we can go, me, you, Mom, and all those go on family vacation. That way when ours break down, Mom and pull us around.
Yeah.
9,000 kids running around. Keep being ignorant, I'm going to be mad.
Amber. Hey! Now,
Go this way. Quarter mile.
oh my gosh.
You need a pecker? That ain't working.
You won't get it. Such a wimp. You can't get that.
What's going on?
Oh. Hey, got it. So it was actually really easy to put it all back together. Let's see how the 440 Fat Daddy Duramax ham slammer. We can go ahead and tighten up all the shocks too. Alright. Yeah. Alright, well, we're looking at the head clearance on the gas tank.
Yeah,
you want to go in there?
More, so I'll take this.
Gosh dang it. Becky gonna kick that now over there?
Okay. A little bit more. Okay.
You ready? Look at that head on the gas tank. I'm gonna slam it.
Oh, plenty of room.
Oh! Look at that. Brandon's gonna jump on it. Can you get up there with you? Those shocks are stiff.
Get up here.
Ah, I'm up here, brother.
Oh gosh.
Nothing's hitting.
It's good. That's what we wanted.
Woo! Oh, look at me!
Oh, we brought the front tire off the ground.
Woo. So the Duramax fits like a charm. Didn't take much fabricating either. None. Drilling, grinding.
Drilling, grinding.
That's all we had to do. Huh. Huh. Wow. Okay, so now we gotta try to fit a Makuni on there.
Now you need to figure out how to make it to where you can just use front brakes and do burnouts.
Hey, it's hydraulics. We can put a line lock on it.
Line lock, yeah.
Line lock and just.
Sit there and smoke guitars.
We got this all done in one day. We started on it. Me and Daniel pulled it in at like 9, I think. Started pulling on it at 9, so it's here. It is almost, it's 4:15.
Brandon's 15 minutes late.
That's 3:15. So now we have to, me and Daniel on Monday will finish butting up all the wiring, putting it all back on. Well, the hoses and stuff. And And then I got to make my own wiring harness for it, key switch and stuff. I'm gonna throw some light bars. We got a new light bar sponsor coming up. Holler at your boy if you need some bright lights. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to go to generatorfactoryoutlet.com and use that discount code RBG to get 20% off Duramax products, because they do have some Yamaha generators and whatnot on there. But 20% off, that means you can get an 18 horse 440 engine for like $303 after discount code. I don't know if that's shipping. Was that shipping?
Somebody said they got free shipping, I think.
Oh, it might be free shipping.
But I didn't.
That's a good deal for a 440.
I didn't confirm that. So.
That's a real good deal.
The Predator 420s, when they go on sale, and they don't go on sale often like the 212s do, they're around $299. But these are 20 more cc's, so why wouldn't you pay the same price when the Predator's on sale to get 20 more cc's and help your boy out? You know what I'm saying? So go Power Sports. Go Power Sports. Send us the wheels, the torque converter belt. You'll see more of their parts in the next video. We got the billet rod, the cam from Go Power Sports, 50-pound springs in here. So got some goodies on this thing. Becca's going to be hooting, scooting down the grocery store. But make sure to come to our meetup May 31st, June 1st, Winter Off-Road Parks, Sevierville, Tennessee. No, Oliver Springs.
Oliver Springs,
Tennessee. Free to come, not free to ride, not free to sleep. So bring cash money, because we'll have stuff for sale.
we got new shirts coming in
Got any shirts coming in?
next week.
Should I rip this one off?
No, because you don't have one to replace it yet.
Okay, we love you guys. Thank you for watching and supporting us. Yeah, Brandon, tell them bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, we forgot God bless.